Season 8 of Basketball Wives has more drama than ever as the ladies try to balance life's unexpected turns, career endeavors, and of course their strained relationships. And one of the stars, fashion designer and author Jackie Christie, is here with a preview of the show. Thanks so much for joining me, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
So if someone hasn't caught one of the 8 seasons, which would be crazy because it's such a funny and hilarious show, what would you tell them they can expect when they tune in?
Oh my goodness, you can expect a group of women that is laying it all on the line. We're explosive, we're transparent, we're funny, we're, confrontational. At the end of the day, I feel like most of us mean well, though.
Right, of course. And, you go through these trials and tribulations of life, of course, at a different level than I think most would experience, but you still experience those very real situations. For example, empty nest syndrome, as your son was going to head off to college. What was that like for you to experience that?
It's been exciting for me, Alex. I never, it's funny, when I heard the words, I laughed because I'm like, syndrome, that sounds like some kind of disease or something. But for me, it's an exciting time. It's a transition my son is doing, going from high school playing basketball now to college and getting his education in, a college setting and going on with his career. And hopefully someday he'll go to the league or he'll play overseas or whatever he wants to do. And I'm just excited. I'm excited that he was able to touch that milestone in life at this point and move on to the next phase.
Right, of course. I mean, it's one of those, like you said, milestones of life that it's great to see them go, but I'm sure you're going to miss him big time. And so talk about the new addition to the cast. Of course, we have all the classic cast members and faces, but Miss Torres, what's she been like?
It's funny because I didn't know her prior to meeting her before we started filming, and I can just say people need to tune in and see this person. I call her somewhat of a caricature because she's funny and she's Phoebe. I mean, people got to tune in. That's all I can say. You're definitely going to see some shocking things that happen along the way with the journey of getting her getting to know us and me particularly. Okay,
that's a nice teaser without giving too much away. And so, of course, the Basketball Wives have a very special lingo that you guys use, a set of words. And I wanted you to define a couple of these because a lot of them are pretty funny and they could go either way. They could be a good thing or they could be a bad thing. And I want you to start by defining ponderosa. What is that?
Ponderosa is when you get a group of people together and you could be around a fire or you can be at dinner or you can just be in a group. You could be on an airplane and you hash it all out. You lay everything on the line, you put it all out there, any kind of issues, any kind of confrontations, any kind of things you just want to talk about, whatever it is. I call that the ponderosa. I'm from Seattle and that's what we grew up calling a ponderosa. It's like, we need to have a ponderosa. And
there's something called a dry hello, and I was wondering if you could give me an example of what a dry hello would look like.
An example of a dry hello would be, hey. It's dry, it has no life, it has no feeling, it has no enthusiasm, it's just, hey. Who wants to say hi back to that? Like, yeah, don't give me a dry hello, because I don't want one.
It's definitely a cold and dry hello, I would say. Funky two-step, what does that mean?
The funky two-step, oh my God, it's hilarious. Cece started saying that, and she was so angry at the women because they kept going back and forth over some things that they said she did, she said she didn't do it, and it was back and forth. So she just was like, I don't want to do the funky two-step with you, which is back and forth. And it just cracked us up, and it stuck with the group, and yeah, that's what it means.
I love it. It's just one of those many charming aspects of the show that has really led to its success. I mean, 8 seasons is an amazing accomplishment. So, Jackie Christie, thank you so much for your services.
Thank you so much for having me, Alex.
All right.